All right, everyone, so we're getting ready to do our application of the Bona Chroma coloration system. So how we've prepped our floor, we've sanded it to 120 like we typically would with a multi-disc or something similar. We've run the Tampico brush over it to remove any fine residual dust, hand vacuum the sides and any detail areas where you can't reach with the Tampico, again, just to remove that dust. And then we even ran a microfiber over it as a dry tack a couple times just to remove, again, any of that fine residual dust. So we also want to prep our environmental conditions at this time or already have them there. So 65 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 to 60% relative humidity. May want to look at your airflow too. You know, if I'm doing this in July in Florida, I'm going to keep that AC running because it's better to have that nice cool air running throughout the house than to shut that off and to have everything get real hot and real humid at the same time. On the opposite side, if I'm working in Denver or whatever, I may want to shut off my airflow, but I may want to keep the AC on. But treat it as you will, like a regular waterborne sealer or finish application for your area, and you should be good to go. The other thing to acclimate is, of course, your product. We don't want to bring Chroma in from our van. If it's 120 degrees out in our van, bring that in, have it be super hot or too cold, obviously not frozen, bring it in and expect good results. So acclimate your product to that same temperature level, 65 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever your working environment is, and you should be good to go. So that's kind of how we've prepped the floor, prepped our environment. Now let's take a look at some of the other tools, machines, and stuff that we're going to need for a successful application. So we're going to need our Bona Chroma coloration system plus the coloration additive, everything that comes in the box. And you can figure 600 to 700 square feet per gallon when trying to calculate how much you're going to need for your particular job site. We're going to apply with the Bona cut-in pad, Bona microfiber roller, handle, and put that all on a pole. We're going to need plenty of terry cloth towels or rags, plenty of 1-inch white polishing pads, a 16-inch Bona conditioning pad or pads. I'd probably have a box of those. We'll use those both to push the white pad, and that helps protect your driver from getting any of the chroma on top of it. But we may also use the conditioning pads for touch-ups and repairs along the way as we go too. We're going to use an application bucket. You could also use a paint tray. Sometimes you may have a bucket that has rollers on it, which are fine. Otherwise, you may want to make sure that you pick up and place that bucket, or at least put felt pads under the corners. And then a couple safety items, nitrile gloves, safety glasses. While this product cleans off really easy with water, being a chemical, I just don't like getting chemicals unnecessarily on my hands. So we're going to go ahead with the nitrile gloves, and then a 175 RPM buffing machine with your 16-inch regular drive plate. That's what we'll be using to clean it up and blend everything in, and that's the only type of machine we'll use. So we've prepped our environment, we've prepped the floor, we've looked at some of the extra tools, products, machines we're going to use. Get all that stuff set up ahead of time and working in good condition, make sure it's clean, and you should be off to a good start for a successful application of Chroma.